Good morning. Good evening, Nancy. Good evening,
Evening.
Lechon Diva. And good morning to everybody watching on the live stream and most especially watching on the replay. We have a very special guest, the Lechon Diva, making lechon and Filipino food a global sensation. Dedet is opening his stall in Resorts World Las Vegas. So we'll be talking about that journey with Nancy. And if you have any questions, guys, please join us in this discussion. This is the story of PEPITA'S Lechon in Las Vegas. My name is Anton Diaz, founder of our Awesome Planet, with Nancy Reyes Lumen, known as the Adobo Queen, and Dedet de la Fuente of
Lechon Diva.
PEPITA'S Lechon. All right. Thank you. And we're here talking to thank you for Can you do an introduction of PEPITA'S Lechon for those people who are not yet familiar with the Lechon Diva and your product?
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Dedet. They call me the Lechon Diva. I was very lucky to come up with a modern lechon that many people enjoy eating. I'm not a chef. I did not have any formal training as with regards to cooking. So I just cook from my heart and I just enjoy eating, so I enjoy cooking.
You are opening in Las Vegas. How did this came about?
Years ago, I was invited by KFC in his World Street Food Congress in Singapore. And I met many people there. It's really about connections. So I met many people there, and one of them was Chris Chang. And he tasted my lechon together with so many other Singaporeans. He did join the party of Sito when they went to Manila, invited them over. So he knows my lechon. Fast forward, just before the lockdown, I heard from Chris, and I think he's looking for a food that would best represent the Philippines in the street food hall that Resorts World Las Vegas will be summer of 2021. Of course, I was happy that he remembered my lechon. And he tried many other lechons. He flew into town.
Talaga?
Galing nga, even before the lockdown, talagang wow. So, he tried many lechons. I'm just happy that they chose Pepita's despite not having a restaurant. And that was the thing that I didn't have that everyone else had. Everyone had a restaurant. I don't have one. But when he said, Dedet, they're just saying they want yours, but you don't have a restaurant. And I said, you don't need to have a restaurant. When the big names come to the country, they always remember Pepita's. So maybe you can tell them that because of course I want them to choose me. Actually, I think someone ordered from their mother company. I guess they ordered everything. And yeah, they chose the truffle lechon of Pepita's Kitchen. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. Diba?
Wow, we're so proud of you. So, when are you exactly opening and
Okay.
what are you offering in this stall?
It opens on the 24th, 11 p.m. So I asked, why so late? I think they will have a party for their invited guests on the 24th. So open, let's just say 25th. Please come, all the Filipinos in Las Vegas or near the area, or if you'll be traveling, everyone now is traveling around the US. If you happen to pass by Las Vegas, please drop by Resorts World. Pepita's Kitchen by the Lechon Diva will be offering the truffle lechon and our sisig panini.
Other Asian cuisine that will be represented
I
in
think
the
there's one dish from Taipei, I think, Thailand, Japan, I think may Korea. And I think 2 or 3 American booths.
So you're representing the Philippines in
Yes,
the
yesterday.
galing naman.
Oo nga, my God. Akalain mo ba naman ang batang, even me, I'm just so thankful and grateful because I never planned to make my cooking a business. It just fell on my lap. Growing up, every summer, I would be sent to the Aldeguer sisters para Hawaiian dance, di ba? And in the afternoon, cooking lessons with Sylvia Reynoso Gala. So because, Tita Sylvia is so very nice, di ba? Parang hindi ka matatakot eh. As a child, you will enjoy cooking. She was just such a pleasant person. Then my mom also loves to cook. So it was just something that was natural.
Natural.
Thus, every Sunday, I loved going with our help to the Palengke of Parañaque. I grew up in Parañaque, San
Wow.
Dionisio. So,
Kababayan.
oo. So, sa Palengke, I love going and choosing the fish. So, alam ko, hindi ako nandidiri. I enjoyed yung hasang. I know all that. The pork, the gulay, nako, the kakanin. So, Sundays were special because I wake up early and go with our help to the palengke. So I never thought na when I'm a little older, this will be my profession. Okay, I've always wanted to learn how to cook lechon. So maybe for 3 or 4 years, I just couldn't find the school that will teach until finally kay Reggie Aspiras. So, hindi pa sure kasi for them to have a class, you have to have at least 6 students. And they only had 3. So sabi ko, okay, ituloy niyo na me and the yaya of my daughter para 5 na. I called on a Saturday, Sunday buong araw. Hindi pa rin. But whoever was answering the phone of Reggie Aspira said, sige na ma'am, tutuloy na ni Ma'am Reggie kasi ang kulit niyo. So the next day talagang I went there and then she was teaching. She gave the contact number of the person where you can order the pugon because that's one of the secrets. So that's Jerry Yu of Fire Brick Oven. Yan, proudly
Oh, yeah.
Philippine made din yan.
Yes.
So, yeah. So, I called him while the class was ongoing. Sabi, 2 months. Gusto ko na po kasi bukas. Kasi excited talaga ako. Maybe it was really my destiny, ha? Tapos sabi niya, ay, hindi pwede 2 months gawin. Sabi ko, baka naman po pwedeng bilisan niya. Tapos sabi niya, alam mo, meron akong isa. Order yan. Nagkasakit yung nag-order. Nahiya akong tawagan. Sige, iyon na lang. Oh my God! The next day, pinakuha ko. And yan, I experimented. My first was binagoongan rice stuffed lechon. And I had a group of friends who I called my guinea pig friends, my happy gang. I asked them to taste it. They liked it. Tapos a few months after, they pushed me. They said, join ka na dun sa ultimate taste test. Sabi ko, kaya ko ba yun? Cut mo lang maliit kasi taste test. Join lang. Sabi ko, okay, parang, I was taught by my parents never to let an opportunity pass. Never.
Right.
Even if you lose or what, at least it was there.
Tama.
Go for it. So I said, okay. So, oh my God, ang daming tao pala, di ba? And then you cut. To make the long story short, I ranked very high. The lechon ranked very high. Wow. So that started it. People started writing about my binagoongan rice stuffed lechon. But it was a slow take-off. The next year, sabi ko, shucks, sisig rice naman. So I had sisig rice. Anton asked me to join again. So I was ranked high again. So slowly, parang cannot be really quick di ba? And then, sabi ko, my daughters, whenever we would eat out, they love ordering truffle risotto. Sabi ko, oh my God, yun kaya lagay ko sa lechon. Di ba? Parang asosyal.
Oo.
So, they ate it kasi nagustuhan nila. So, that was my next and that's when it took off. Because after that, PEPITA'S truffle rice stuffed lechon was awarded in London as tastiest dish in Asia.
Wow.
By the Chowster Group. But yeah, parang I'm thankful and grateful. The journey has been so wonderful. I've been just so lucky. And it's the people that you meet, diba?
Yeah. Well, actually, she's not new to being global because she has been interviewed by so many foreign TV personalities. Sino-sino yon, Dede?
Pa Adam Richman.
O, yun. Naging parang BFF pa kayo.
Oo, alam mo, he loves the lechon, of course, pero pati super suman, he loved it. Pati
Mm.
choknut, pinakain ko yung choknut. Sabi ko, this is the best Philippine chocolate. Try it. Kain siya. This is so good. Sabi niya, hindi niya alam, mani yun, di ba? Kaya nga choknut. Wala naman ako. But he loved it. He even posted it sa IG niya. So, he did say, actually, I PM'd him last week and I asked him if he can come. He said yes. I'm just not sure if he's coming on the 24th or
Wow.
on the big opening of the Resorts World venue.
When Pepita's Lechon crossed the border from Sisig and Global Dimension, kasi kilala nila yung truffle na, di ba? That was the step, the leap. You put your one foot into the global gastronomy. And now,
I remember yung ultimate taste test na yun. That was the first time. Si Dede talaga, parang hindi siya sure, no? Pero ang hilig niya, ang sarap kasi ng mga food niya eh. May mga taste test na before. And then I can remember, NBC 10 pa yon. People were raving talaga all around, no? Ang laki ng venue na yun.
naubusan ako.
Naubusan ka.
Si Mary Ann Lumen ang nagsabi sa akin, Mary Ann Ojeda, sabi, come on. Pagdating ko, wala. Ubus na.
Oh.
Grabe, no? And we're proud of that.
Martha Stewart. Okay,
diba?
yun.
Yes.
Anong sabi niya?
I'm also thankful to Berna. She remembered my lechon. Kasi parang she just called me and said, Dedet, what's your best lechon? Sabi ko, bata ba matanda? Kasi may mga variations yan eh. Matanda. Pinoy ba o foreigner? Foreigner. Siyempre, hindi ko naman alam na si Martha pala yung pakakainin. Sabi ko, siguro truffle. O sige, truffle. So, on that day, we were in a table. Small table lang. Tapos, kumuha siya. No? Tapos kain siya. Nag-round 2 siya. So, nagustuhan niya. Oh my God, nagustuhan niya. Kumuha pa siya ng seconds. Tapos, pagkatapos nun, nag-eye to eye contact kami. Sabi niya. Oo. Kasi, we had parang 2 persons between us lang eh. Si Emil Yap, tapos I think si Berna, tapos siya. Sabi niya, your food is so good. Yung so niya talagang so good. Eh di nakaganon ako. Anong sagot ng Lechon Diva? Eto ang sagot ko. Well, my mom said it's the best lechon in the universe. So, tawanan sila. Kasi ano pa sasabihin ko? Because, shucks, I was so flattered and wow, parang, you know that it was real, that she really liked it. And nakadalawang serving eh. So, yeah, Martha was one of them. And then, si Bourdain. Si Bourdain also, when he flew to the country, diba, Anton? Oh my God, sabi ni Anton.
Grabe. Ang hirap nun. Sobrang guarded yun, di ba? Hindi ka pwede magpadala dun eh. Paano ba nangyari?
Sabi ni Anton, Dedet, magdala ka ng lechon bukas para kay Bourdain. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako invited. I remember what you said, Anton. Pag pinalagpas mo to, baka hindi na niya matikman. Kasi syempre, di ba? O sige, di okay. Isip ako. Dating kami, di ba may x-ray machine? Di hawak-hawak ko pa yung lechon, di ba? Sabi ko, anak, yung sa hotel, pakihawak nga kasi yung bag ko. Mama, ano po to? Sabi ko, lechon para kay Bourdain. Ikaw na maghatid, samahan mo ko. So, hawak niya kasi security eh. So, isasara na yung room where the meeting will be held. Nakatingin yung isang I was able to enter. The lechon was there, di ba? Sitting there. So, I was watching him. Tapos, shucks, this is it. And then, after his talk and the question and answer, sabi nila, dalhin mo sa media room. So dinala sa media room, andun sila Ses Drilon, gano'n. Sabi ko, kakainin niyo, pero sinabihan kami, bawal mag-picture. So I made sure that my phone will be on the doon sa cabinet. Hindi ko dadalhin kasi baka mapagalitan ako. So, nag-shoot sila while he was eating it and he said, "Thanks for bringing this. It's good." Kumana siya. Pero quiet lang siya, di ba? Parang okay.
Oo,
Ang
quiet.
daming tao eh. So, that was it. I made him lechon with tendon and bone marrow. Pamatay! Pero masarap. So ngayon, after nung press, nakita ko ni Sito. Sabi niya, Dedet, bring a lechon later in Mega Mall. They had a store there, a restaurant. At I think he said 4 o'clock. I said, can it be 5:30? Well, if you can't send it at that time, I'll just look for someone else's lechon. Siyempre, takot ako. It's okay. I'll make sure it's there. So, thankful ako kay Chef JP kasi he was there. I couldn't go because it was my daughter's sophomore night. My youngest daughter, my older daughter sent off to her university, and my dad was in the clinic having a checkup. So it was such a busy day. Sabi ni Chef JP, si Bourdain his eyes were only focused on the lechon. So, syempre, di kinamay niya, no? Tapos may isang staff ko andon, sinaserve. After, yung natira, binulong ni Bourdain dun sa staff niya, tinake home, dinogi bag. So, dinogi bag, my God, imagine, nag-take home si Bourdain na lechon ko. So, kilig na kilig ako. And then, on the evening that he was leaving Manila, his IG story, the last in his IG story was my lechon, yung dahan-dahan. Sabi ko, wow, parang ang swerte. Ang swerte that I guess 3 icons were able to taste my lechon.
Wow, galing.
Diba?
Galing. It's always a really good
I
story.
want to say something. Kasi ang lechon, traditionally, lalaki ang gumagawa. Kaya nga sinasabi nila, lechonero. But you know, si Dedet has crossed another border na lechonera, na bida pa, di ba? At saka nag-succeed. Kasi usually sabihin nila, kailangan lalaki kasi buong baboy. Tapos, hindi ba? Hindi madaling lutuin. Tapos, matagal. Kailangan, correct. I was telling Anton, you know, it's not easy to cook lechon kasi isang buo. It's not like 1 kilo of pork na magkamali ka, pwede mong palitan. This one is 1 whole. At saka, you know, being a lechonera became naalis yung gender of the cooking lechon. Right?
Okay, because the Adobo Queen and Lechon Diva is here. Diba, we wanted to make lechon and Filipino food a global sensation. What does it really take?
What does it take? I think, okay, I'm not a planner. I don't plan things. I just go with the heart. With what I feel. So, what does it take? I believe for one to succeed, one has to syempre believe in himself and do not be afraid to be different. I always say, do not be afraid to stand out. Be afraid to blend in. Now is the time you want the world to accept everything Filipino. You can work from that and experiment because Filipino food needs to evolve for it to be appreciated and loved by everyone else. And I believe that if given the right vehicle opportunity, Filipino food will also be as well known as all the other cuisines.
Yeah. That's true. Yes. Tama yan.
My gosh. Do something your own style, diba?
Before getting ready for this stage, for your opening of Resorts World, what did you do? Anything different that you had to do for the opening of Las Vegas?
Well, for the sisig panini, we need to make some changes. I think the VP for their food wanted instead of egg, cheese. Sabi ko, shucks, cheese. Then, I thought of it, tama rin eh, because we need for them to have a little familiarity kasi sisig is already in itself kinda weird tasting, di ba? So if they put cheese, baka maglasang sisig burger. Something like that. We adjusted a few things for the 2 dishes that we will be serving.
In terms of branding naman.
Okay.
Anything
Okay.
we can do?
My daughters would always tell me, Mom, can you please make a nice, a better logo? Because it will be global na. O sige, sabi ko, asked Olive, the owners of
Wow.
Distillery Limtuaco, sabi ko, ang ganda-ganda ng mga packaging nila, etc. Sabi ko, who makes your packaging, etc. Then they gave me the contact of Mark. So, matagal rin naming, there were some changes and I think I'm very happy with the final new look and logo of the Lechon Diva, Pepita's Kitchen. Para lang may touch of being Filipino. Kasi if you will see the old logos, parang pa-cute lang mga, I want my logo to have a lady na nagle-lechon. Tapos sabi ko, hindi pwedeng payat. Di naman ako payat, di ba? Or, diyan nga, payat pa ako. Pero pinataba na yan. Tapos, if you notice the shoes, it's my favorite Adidas Ultra Boost rubber shoes. Actually, kanina bumili nga ako para pag nasira na, may pampalit na ako. So, yeah, pati yung paypay. I wanted to have a water bottle beside her and instead na paypay, dapat yung battery-operated fan. Pero baka masyado nang nakakatawa. Ayaw na ng daughters ko. So, yeah. And of course, we wanted it there, a proud product of the Philippines, so that whoever goes and passes by the booth in Las Vegas, they will see, Philippines. Then at least they know we're there. Our food is there, is being represented in Pepita's Kitchen's booth.
Ano ang outfit mo on that day?
Okay. Abangan nyo. Friend, si Raho. Hi, Raho. Raho created a new look for a new jacket for the Lechon Diva. So,
Talaga? Wow.
ang Lechon Diva lang ang pwedeng magsuot nun.
Ano yon? Ano yon?
Special. Abangan mo. Ipopost ko live ko.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the lechon. Are there other things we can do with the lechon? How can we elevate it?
Foreigners, what is the wine pairing that you can suggest? And, isa pa, anong drink ang pwede mo suggest to counter the, alam mo na, yung lechon sa bina? Cholesterol, etc. So,
I'll be honest, I don't drink. I don't know yung mga wine na yan. Ako, hindi ko alam yan. But I love this calamansi liqueur. I guess it would work well with that.
Yes.
Wow, bagay. O nga.
Yeah. And rin silang mango liqueur. Shit. Oo, di ba? Parang dapat itodo na natin na puro Philippine products ang andon. I'll ask them.
Oh. I think I like drinking it with gin. So we actually have like a few mga premium gins na Filipino. Could probably pair with it.
That's true.
Beer.
San Miguel.
Na malamig.
Oo nga. Mag-agree sa'yo si Bourdain yan, di ba? Mahilig siya.
Oo nga. Yeah.
Di ba? Nung post niya, it's San Miguel beer tsaka lechon eh. Yung post niya.
Oo nga. Di ba? Pero syempre, ang wagi dyan, hindi lang naman Pepitas, lahat ng nagle-lechon. Di ba? Alinidja, si Subuchon, lahat yan, magkakaibigan naman kami. Ang importante, ang word na lechon, makilala nila.
Alright. Okay yun. But is there a certain size that is ideal? Kasi hindi ba pag masyadong malaki, sinasabi nila, nagsisebo na yung balat, di ba? So, what is the ideal size?
Okay, the ideal size is whatever you can consume. That's what I would always say when I was starting. Walang sauce. Diba? Nagugulat sila, walang sauce yung... Then I will really explain to them na ganito po yan. Ako, mahilig ako nun sa sauce ng lechon. Ang lakas ko niyan. Kasi nga, wala namang lasa yung meat. Kasi po, makapal. Pero yung lechon kasi na niluluto ko, de leche. Pag nilagyan nyo ng sauce, sayang naman yung binabayaran nyo na tender, matitikman nyo yung sarap, tapos may stuffing, lalagyan nyo pa ng sauce. Yung sauce po, pag walang lasa. So, oo nga. So ngayon, wala na nagtatanong ng sauce. Kung ano yung size, okay. Sa totoo lang, dapat may konting taba. The skin stays crispy longer. When my clients ask, that's the perfect order for you. Pero kailangan, pick it up at the right time, eat it right away because the skin will not stay crispy for long. Good for ilan yan? Hirap sagutin yan. Paano kung 8 lang sila pero puro lalaki, di ba? Di ubos yon. Because I had one client sabi, akala ko ba good for 10? Sabi ko, oo, pero yan lang ba ulam nyo? Oo oh my God. So kasama din yon. Depende sa takaw. At saka, may iba pa bang ulam? My God, di ba? Ang hirap ng ganyan. Kaya takot ako sa question na good for ilan. Totoo yan. I answer them usually, depende sa takaw. He. Para lang di ba? Kasi mamaya magalit sabihin ko, ay, andal-dal ko, chef.
Oo nga, ang galing. What are you thinking now? It's 1 week before the opening. Are you excited about what would people think, like the Americans? What do you want them to do? Or even the Filipinos? What goes on your head right now?
Actually, I'm excited. Kasi parang bahala na si Batman. It was not even in my dreams. Although for a few times, I did want to have a commercial stall in Manila. It never pushed through. But this one, wow. I didn't think it would happen until here I am. So sabi ko, wow. I texted Chris. I said, Chris, I guess it's really happening. As he said, yes, mama. So what's going on in my mind? Actually, I'm excited. And I always tell my good friends and my daughters that how fortunate I am and that it's it's really the connections. No, and of course a good product, but it's really the connections. Now, when we open on the 24th, I want people to enjoy it, to say, wow, so this is what Filipino food is about. Then I will say, no, we're more than this. We have so many more cuisines that we can offer. But I hope that this will be a start to many more opportunities. Actually, someone called me recently after we posted that we're opening in Las Vegas. He wants to open in Australia. Sabi ko, let me finish first. Yeah, 'di ba? Pero para I guess where Filipinos are, they must be homesick also because always naman there's lechon, 'di ba? But maybe because of the modern style of lechon, maybe it makes them more excited. So, yun.
Okay. Yun.
Because,
May question. This is relevant to what we're discussing. So Henry Brolagda asked, I understand that the secret of a good lechon is its main ingredient, the native pig. Where do you source your naturally raised pig? So I'm not sure if you wanted to answer that, but you're bringing
native.
this in the US also, di ba?
Yeah, it has
So
to be
paano yan?
native.
How would you do it?
Okay, it has to be native because si Babe, the white pig, sorry babe, you're not as good as the native piglets. Native piglets are more expensive, but they taste better. The skin everything is better with the native lechon. Now here, like as in, like, di ba, I brought my lechon to Hong Kong, New York, me and Caro Midorotan, Purple Yam. So Singapore, of course, we cannot bring our local lechon. So what's available in that location, in that country, is what we will use. After all, the people who live there are used to the taste of that lechon. Like, yung lechon ng Hong Kong is so good. parang milky. Sarap.
Talaga.
Yeah,
Correct.
sarap. Oh, sarap. So each country has its different lechon.
So, hindi mo madadala si Jerry you oven everywhere you go.
I don't think so. No, kasi ang bigat eh. Ang
Yeah.
bigat. How I wish I could.
So, you'll have to find other ways and adjust them to the country you will be doing.
Yes, yes,
That's good.
yes.
At
Yeah,
least,
kailangan, as much as we want to stay 100% yung same, hindi, physically impossible. Yeah.
Oo. Pero okay lang yon kasi that will open up food tourism, no? Going to Manila, to
yes.
Philippines,
Yeah.
to taste the original. Parang, di ba? We also want to travel to other countries to taste the original.
Yes, and then maybe by late this year, we will start na our simple cooking school foreigners who may want to learn how to cook simple Filipino dishes. Yeah. Yan,
Wow!
new.
Galing,
Alam mo, Anton, si Dedet said she's not a chef
Oo.
and not schooled. But you know, for me, the very basic characteristic of a foodie who has the chef quality, like Dedet, like my Lola, and many other, is instinct eh. Merong instinctive. And nakuha niya yan, bata pa siya. She got the aroma, she got the look, she had the texture, she had the people who influenced her. Name 5 top of your mind people who influenced you into your being an instinctive chef.
O, syempre, may mom. Number 1,
One.
mommy ko. Number 2, daddy ko. Kasi daddy ko is a meat eater. My mom was a seafood lover. Ang daddy ko, meron niyang sariling yung how to cut a potato sa kunwari sa pochero. Di ba may mga parang he's from Bulacan. So yung food niya, yung masasarap na food ng Bulacan. So syempre my mom and dad. And then Sylvia Reynoso Gala. Really hats off to her. Kasi galing-galing niyang, bait-bait niyang mag-teach. Ngayon, her son and the daughter, so my daughters went to her cooking school and they enjoyed their time there. So now, si Lilea, my other daughter, she cooks for herself. Grabe, ang galing, pero puro
Talaga.
vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah, very good siya, pati itong bunso ko. And then fourth, I would think it would be Reggie. Kasi si Reggie,
Of course.
Reggie Aspiras, palagi akong attend lang kami ng attend ng class niyan. So, ang galing ding magturo, ang sarap ng mga, and then fifth, sino kaya ang fifth? I would say, yung yaya nung, okay, I grew up ang mga mommy ko, family ng mom ko, they had nanaray. She's like the yaya, no? So, when I was young, syempre, malakas pa. Ang sarap niyan magluto, yung pansit paranaque. That's what I call pansit paranaque. I remember the taste. That's why I offered it. And yung mga Michelin-starred chefs, I cooked for them that. They enjoyed it. Parang all from the past. I guess all from the past. In the end, you will remember the food that you had, and then you want to relive it, and maybe, yeah, just relive it. Kasi wala na, like si Nanaray, wala na. Buti na lang na ano ko yung pansit niya, yung mga ganon. So, yeah.
Galing. I think a lot of the people watching this discussion will be inspired, no? During this pandemic, there are a lot of people who became home-based entrepreneurs. And I know you started just that way a couple of years ago. Any advice to them?
The best thing that I can recommend, actually someone nga before the lockdown asked me, sabi niya, can I meet you? Meet kami. Tapos sabi niya, because I want to open a restaurant. This is the best advice. I think you should have just one very good dish.
Yes.
Something that you will be known for. Cannot be yung ang dami-dami mo na sabihin mo na masarap lahat, but people will not remember. because that's just too many. One muna. And then, once you've perfected it, once people already know that you make the best mechado, the best adobo, diba? Then slowly you can add. I think that's the most important thing. Not to have too many, so people will remember you. And then, people make mistakes. Just always say sorry. I mean, di ba? I mean, wala namang perfect eh. If you're home-based, you would think na, syempre, you're starting pa lang. You're bound to make mistakes. And that's okay. That's forgivable. So just apologize when you make a mistake. And then learn from it.
All right.
And then, yun nga, don't be afraid to make something so different. You don't want to be just someone who makes what all the others are doing. Parang yun.
Any advice on building connections, working with influencers? How do you choose, or do you just, build that network over time?
Alam mo ako, because it was never planned eh. So I guess this is the best thing. Be nice to everyone. Be nice to everyone. Because at one point or another, you can help them and they can help you. And being nice always has an edge.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing because you don't know. I mean, si Anton became my friend. Why? Because I joined a travel writing photography workshop. And
Oo.
I was like,
Same
tapos,
here.
oo, diba? Ay, of course, I'm nice ka naman sa friends mo. And then, for me, it's not good if you're nice only because, ay, influential yan. Aanuhan ko yan. Then, parang you lose the real soul. In the end, people will see eh. So, be nice. Kasi if you're not nice, there's karma.
Then I think beyond the word nice, it would really be sincere.
Yeah, sincere.
Sincere. And
Yeah.
I want to add to what Dedet, she might not have realized it, but she's always wanting to learn. In other words, you're an open book. You're open. That's why kaya nga na siya na truffle. Biro mo, I mean, where would you connect truffle with lechon? But she was an open book. She accepted ideas. She was always learning, going to cooking school, going to your class, Anton. And then that's where the connection comes when you're sincere and you're open. Hindi yung mga close ka na, hindi, ganito yan eh. Hindi eh. Lalo na ngayon.
Yeah.
Di ba? To be global
Yes.
is to be open. You have to be really, your mind has to be explosive. And that's Dede. That is her.